All right, after many delays from many reasons, we're now underway, only about 6 hours behind schedule. The original schedule called for us to sail north to Tyrell Bay in the morning and arrive in the afternoon. But we're taking off before sunset. This is Saline Point right ahead of us, and our heading is 291. Very little wind, but we're getting good speed over ground, 7 knots on just 1500 RPMs on the motors, because we've got a current coming around this point and the wind is behind us. We'll put up the sails after we round the point there and head north. We will sail for probably 7 to 8 hours, arriving sometime after midnight at Tyrell Bay. This is Captain Sebastian right here, wave, and Captain Sebastian is Uruguay Navy and Merchant Marine, and he has a family on a sailboat here, and he's been sailing his Beneteau monohull for about 2.5 years, and he's accompanying us north, and that way we have the experience we need to take a trip north. Weather is good tonight, so it should be very smooth, just like this, almost very, very smooth seas, 1 foot waves, nothing to speak of, and probably, you know, 10 to 12 knots wind at most on the way there is what Predict Wind says. Maybe gusting to 14 or something like that, but nothing much. So then we'll arrive tonight in Tyrell Bay. Captain says that that's pretty easy to do at night. He's been there before at night, so if I were by myself, and if it were my first time, I would not arrive somewhere at night, but he knows the way, he's been there, he knows where to anchor, so we're good. And we can anchor sort of at the edge of the bay because we have 300 feet of the anchor chain. That's a beautiful sunset there. There's a ship going by. It's a little fishing boat, and so we have very smooth underway. As you can see, there is the Starlink mounted with zip ties for now. The priority was to get the cable routed through the ceiling of the boat. We did that last night, just before getting underway today. She was in good shape to leave. I replaced this main sheet here because it was fraying, and so all lines are in good shape, all sails are in good shape. Water maker works now, so there's very minor stuff in need of repair, nothing that's serious. Generator won't shut off without manually shutting it off, and the port engine requires a manual shut off as well, but that's easy to do. So I'm going to turn on red. Now we have night lights here, red light here on the helm, and there's Grenada. That's the south of Grenada. We're rounding the southwest point of Saline Point right here. We just passed, the airport's right there. You can see it in the distance. There's the runway, and the runway ends right at Saline Point. And that's where Amy took off yesterday. So we have distant weather, but nothing immediate here. The forecast says weather's pretty mild all the way through tomorrow afternoon. Then we'll get some weather. So Captain's plan is to stay tucked into the lee of the islands to avoid winds of more than 15 knots. We'll see how that works out. The Predict Wind said gusts to 20, even 25 on Thursday. So we're going to watch that. We're going to avoid crossing channels with that wind. Channels being space between islands. We stay in the lee and we can stay pretty protected and calm. We have Friday, the weather is supposed to be like this again, so if we have to, we'll tuck in behind an island north of here and stay out of any strong weather until it calms down Friday morning. So that is the sail plan, and feels good to finally be underway. It's been pretty frustrating to be delayed so often, having to get a different captain, but he is very safety conscious. He conducted our safety drill with life jackets and had us fit a life jacket to each of us. We did a safety review of the systems on the boat yesterday, and he's confident that she is safe and seaworthy and ready for the passage north. So this is pretty amazing, because I was thinking of this day, planning this day to leave this island. Gosh, when was that? We put this plan together a month, 6 weeks ago, that this was the day we were going to leave. This is the last day of October. The first day of November is when insurance allows us to pass north of 12.6 latitude, which is north of Tyrell Bay, not much. And so Tyrell Bay is the last place we can check out of Grenada. We'll do that at 9 a.m. tomorrow. And hopefully that's quick. There's a website to go to put in all your information, so that when you arrive at Customs and Immigration, they already have your checkout request, and they just process you, look at your passport, pay your fees, and leave. Some people don't check out. That sounds risky, because who knows what fees they could assess you the next time you show up on the island. So better square up with them before we leave. So the sun is setting fast. It should be dark here in about 10 minutes. So this is our path. Let me show you where we are on the map. There's that point I was showing you. And then if you zoom out some more, this is the whole island of Grenada. So our plan is to go to Tyrell Bay, which is up here, and arrive there tonight. Autopilot is at 291. Once we round the point, then we'll head probably not due north, because actually Tyrell Bay is to the northeast of us, so we'll be heading at maybe 320 or something like that. So that's where we are. So I'm going to turn off for tonight and record some more tomorrow. And this is 7 a.m. in Tyrell Bay in the Grenadines. It's the northernmost checkout point of the nation of Grenada. We came in late last night, it was really almost 2 a.m. because of the angle of the wind. We had an upwind sail about 45 degrees off the wind, so it was slow coming in because of that. We'll make better time today, because we're headed more with beam wind today. If there is wind, it's really still. We're supposed to get a lot more wind this afternoon. So we anchored last night, and we'll use the dinghy to go ashore and check out this morning. Here's a picture of a common feature you see around the Grenadines and the islands. These are called pitons. Here's Brad making coffee. He's a sailor now.
There we go. First thing in the morning after a late passage.
Good morning from Tyrell Bay in the Grenadines. This morning we check out and then head north way to St Lucia. And there's, in the distance, you can see Grenada way back there. Bye-bye, Grenada.
Supposed to be.
Here's the captain. Say good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. 20 years ago.
So if that's the best, that's where we want to go.
But I spent in Bahamas 2 days. That was amazing.
So we stopped at the office with the captain, and they told us that because we don't have a paper copy of the customs clearance form that the seller of the boat used to check in, that we have to finish the process down at a different office. And so we're walking along the beach this morning to finish the process, but that's okay. It's a nice walk. Here is the bay we're anchored in, and our boat's way back there. Okay, this is a poisonous tree. What's it called?
I don't remember the name.
It's a fruit of a poisonous tree that you should never touch.
We call the green apple.
And the name of this poisonous tree is the manchineel tree. It grows all over the Caribbean, so you have to watch for it and not touch it. Sometimes the locals mark the manchineel tree with a red stripe around it, but not always. I'm going to do my best to do a walk around in the wind, traveling at 8 knots on Leopard 48 Paradise, just passing Union Island and heading towards St Lucia. It's like walking around with several shots of good rum, because you can't stand at all. So there's Union Island behind us. Behind that is Tyrell Bay, and then in the far, far distance you can barely make out Grenada way back there. And then looking out here, more islands in the Grenadine chain. St Lucia in the distance.
There is some very old ways and proofs to try to fix.
All right, here's Brad trying to figure out the chart plotter. It's too bright at night. We are here before sunset. We're approaching, this is St. Vincent. Very tall mountains there in the distance. There's Beckway in the distance. There's Kingston, which is the town on the south end of St. Vincent. Water's pretty choppy right now, 1 meter waves, sometimes 1.5 meters or 2. We're entering the wind shadow of the island, so we're starting to see the waves calm down quite a bit. Then we expect the wind to drop. We've been doing a nice 8 knots. So sunset soon, and then we sail past St. Vincent, across the channel at night between St. Vincent and St. Lucia, and arrive at St. Lucia early in the morning. And then we'll anchor, go to sleep, sleep in late, and there may be some weather, we'll see. Well, there's a fairly high cloud there over St. Lucia, so there's going to be some rain on the island. But here we are, making our way to St. Lucia. As you can see, we are sailing at night here. This is the overnight cruise from Tyrell Bay to St. Lucia. It was a pretty bumpy ride, and it was hard to sleep, but we made it and got safely to St. Lucia. Here we are in Rodney Bay, looking west. That away is Martinique, about 20 miles across the channel. We're at the north end of the island now. Going back that way would take us back to St. Vincent. The weather is really rough. We woke up to a lot of wind and some rain, but it's prettier now, but still very, very windy. The boat is very tight against its bridle, rotating with the wind, so the anchor is holding very well with our new 300-foot chain. Of course, the water's only 22 feet deep, so we only put out about 125 feet, including the bridle. So that's what it looks like. There's beautiful beaches all around us, resorts. So that's what Rodney Bay looks like. The north end of the island isn't as mountainous as the south end. The south end has huge mountains. They look thousands of feet high. So here's a look. The boat's probably going to sit here for at least 2 weeks. Rodney Bay is a beautiful place to spend time. It's a very nicely appointed marina, and it's surprisingly affordable as well, about $40 a night for 2 weeks. So here's some shots of Brad and Deanne and Captain Urban and I walking around the area, so you could just get a feel for what it's like. Very, very nice place. Great restaurants, bars, and a gelato place that we all enjoyed very much. Yeah, there we go. All right, Captain Urban. Oh, wait. Go.
Captain Ivan, since right now you are the new captain.
New captain of the Paradise.
Congratulations, Cap. Good fair winds. Always 1 foot of water under the keel.
Yes.
And good luck. Always, all of us need good luck.
Only a foot? I prefer several feet.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you, my
Congratulations.
friend. God bless you. Fair winds. Hope to see you again.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss this crew a lot. We were a great team. We worked together as if we'd been sailing for months. They left Saturday. Captain Urban flew off to Grenada, and Brad and Deanne flew home to Calgary. All right, it's a beautiful Sunday morning here in the Rodney Bay Marina. The boat will sit here in its slip for at least another 12 days or so, so I get back to it the November 18th. I'm currently looking for crew because all my crew left for various reasons. The delay caused by the first captain I hired has made everybody not want to change their plans to delay a week, so I have no crew right now going from here in Rodney Bay, St Lucia to St Thomas and Caicos. So that's a minimum of a 2-week trip to get from here to Caicos, and weather windows can delay that another week or two, so it's hard to say. So here's the boat. You can see the flag of St Lucia flying at the top. We've got the Blue Water Cruising flag right there, and we're sitting in this lovely marina, which has got all the comforts of home close by. This is a much nicer place than Grenada, because at Grenada you have to take a taxi to get literally anything from boat parts to food. This has restaurants, grocery, marina, boat parts. Downtown is right there, walking distance. Hotels, walking distance. So a very, very nice place to be stranded. Right now I'm running the generator because it was a cloudy day yesterday and batteries didn't charge up all the way, so I'm topping up the batteries this morning to help them get fully charged so I can run AC and everything else I need to run here in the bridge deck in the salon. So you can see my laptop there on my navigation table, currently editing video. This video is going to go in that video. I thought everybody'd like to take a look around with me and see the sights.